We begin with breaking news as Oklahoma executes a man within the last 10 minutes for the first time since 2015.
The U.S. Supreme Court lifted stays of executions for Oklahoma death row inmates John Marion Grant and Julius Jones. Today, the state executed Grant by lethal injection at the Oklahoma State Pen in McAllister.
Grant was convicted and sentenced to the 1998 death of a prison cafeteria worker, Gay Carter. A U.S. Court of Appeals had issued temporary stays of execution yesterday for Grant and Jones.
Jones was convicted in the 1999 shooting death of Edmond businessman Paul Howell. He is set to be executed November 18th. The two are among more than 24 Oklahoma death row inmates challenging the state's 3 drug lethal injection protocols. The inmates argue the method has a substantial risk of unconstitutional pain and suffering.
In 2014, Clayton Lockett struggled on a gurney for 43 minutes after his lethal injection. In January 2015, the wrong drug was used to execute an inmate, and in September 2015, Richard Glossop was only hours away from being executed when prison officials realized they had received the wrong drug. We will continue to keep you updated with any more developments. And here on campus, new information on a lawsuit currently making its way through federal court against UCO, with the university now fighting back.
UCO is asking a judge to throw out a civil case brought against it by 6 former theater students who allege their former professor sexually harassed them for years, and a UCO professor who claims her job was threatened by the university.
UCentral's Dylan Stieber has been following the case and has the latest developments.
Courtney Tyler, the 6 women alleged Cato Buss, the interim assistant dean for the College of Fine Arts and Design, sexually harassed them for years. Buss still maintains his title of interim assistant dean, but he is not listed as an instructor for any courses on UCO's self-guided enrollment and registration website. In the documents, a UCO professor claims the university purposefully demoted her from a program head position out of retaliation for her involvement in the claims against Buss. And in separate court documents, UCO denies these claims.
The plaintiffs responded to UCO's dismissal request, stating that UCO's motion should be denied. UCO stating in court documents filed in response to the plaintiffs' complaints that the women's claims, quote, fail as a matter of law. In its response, UCO says in part the plaintiffs' complaints are long on storytelling devices, conjecture and supposition, but woefully thin on substantive facts. UCO professor Emily Hugatter claims in court documents she was demoted for her involvement in the allegations, but UCO denies this. At one point, Hugatter functioned as a go-between for Buss and a student who filed a Title IX complaint against him. In court documents, UCO admits that Buss did have a relationship with one of the plaintiffs in 2017, but UCO denies knowing about it at the time, saying the plaintiff tried to hide the relationship. And back here on campus, theater students are saying they feel that UCO isn't listening to their concerns.
We just wanted some kind of accountability for being left completely in the dark for 3 months, especially after we had friends leave the university because they didn't feel safe or comfortable continuing, and we had a professor leave, and we just really were lost, and we didn't get any kind of road back to even a slight sense of normalcy.
Adams says at least 10 theater students left the university after the allegations against Buss arose.
A lot of people who left don't regret leaving necessarily, but they're sad that they left because they may have stayed, or that would have changed their decision had they known that Dr. Buss was not going to be involved in anything this semester.
Adams says UCO brought them together for a majors meeting to address students' concerns about the allegations against Buss, but says students still feel like they're in the dark.
And after the majors meeting, it just felt like we still didn't have any answers. There wasn't any trust built back from the school and really within our department, because they can't say anything, and they may have gone about the wrong way of letting us know that they couldn't say anything, waiting until the majors meeting, which was, a good half a week into the school year.
Adams isn't alone in saying that UCO isn't responding to her concerns. Miranda Lopresti, a former UCO student who left after the allegations, says,
I pretty much stopped attending after the news broke and nothing was said. So I pretty much said, I'm not funding an administration who refuses to take any sort of accountability and who refuses to respect those who are paying them, which would be the students through their tuition. The frustrating part came from the fact that faculty on the UCO theater page would continue to post as if nothing were happening. They'd be posting things about how the Fringe Festival was happening. They were posting about auditions that were being held.
And Lopresti says issues of sexual misconduct are all too common in theater.
On top of that, because of the nature of theater, it's a very vulnerable position to be in. Even within things like Broadway, this has been a problem. Every year we receive news that some director, some choreographer has been mishandling their conduct.
An online petition was created in May calling for the permanent removal of bus. The petition has received over 1,100 signatures. Adams also took on her own form of silent protesting at the Majors meeting, creating a shirt that says "Stop Protecting Abusers."
I was thinking, what can I personally do as a student that is using my voice, but not in a way being disruptive of a new school year and new freshmen who have no idea what's going on.
And Adams says there are no concrete plans for students to protest against the university, but says students aren't ruling it out.
And I'm sure that if we don't have any kind of answers, there will be some form of outcry, because we deserve those answers, not just because we're students and, we deserve to know what our university is planning as far as, dealing with abusers. We, have the right to know because it's our department. Like, it was our house, really, where this happened. And so we, as people who are, living and giving such vulnerability to this department, deserve to know what's going on.
Now, I did reach out to UCO, the university, saying, to students who have expressed concerns, we hear you, we acknowledge your concerns, and they are being considered. However, due to active litigation, we cannot comment further or provide details. I also reached out to Cato Bus 4 weeks ago, and I have not heard back from him. In the studio, Dylan Stieber, UCentral News.
And UCentral will work to keep you updated as the litigation develops in federal court. And with the state being under a wind advisor, we are feeling that here on campus. We experienced a brownout here, which is when power reduces in a certain area, causing about half of the power to go out.
Yes, that's right. And MC is joining us in studio to give a quick weather update. MC, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Tyler and Courtney. Actually, to update you guys on that power outage, OG&E is reporting about 11,000 people without power in the metro. So make sure you are looking towards OG&E to see if your lights are on. Like Courtney and Tyler said, we are in a wind advisory. It's very windy outside, as you can tell. It knocked me over, knocked my door right open. I almost dinged somebody's door. Oops, just saying I didn't. Have high wind gusts and have high winds and high wind gusts. Like I said, possible risks of fires. We saw a little fire earlier today, but it has been put out. The weekend will be dry, and we will see some rain chances next week. Now, the current conditions here in Edmond, that is very windy, 65 degrees. We do have a northwest wind of about 43 miles per hour. That is very, very high, so make sure you are being extremely careful. We do have some humidity, about 26%. That gust of wind is sitting at 56 miles per hour, 56, so make sure you are being extra careful. Me being clumsy, I have to tell myself that all the time. Now, the temperatures across the state, 65 here in the metro, 66 in Enid, 63 in Woodward, 64 in Guyman, 50 in Miami, 71 in Altus, 70 in Lawton, and 61 in Idabel. Now, that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you stay tuned for the rest of your forecast. Back to you guys.
And an enthusiastic tone coming from Washington today as President Biden spoke this morning about his Build Back Better plan. UCentral's political reporter Jessica Morales has the latest. Jess?
Thanks, Courtney. Congressional leaders appear to be taking a sigh of relief today as President Biden made a trip to Capitol Hill this morning. He met with Democratic Progressive Caucus members, and they seem to be excited about the text of the bill that President Biden laid out for them. And moderate Senators Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin seem to be on agreement that they can work with this framework.
So what is the final number on this spending bill, and what are some of the major components in it?
Yeah, so as of right now, in the text that has been released to the public, the final spending number is $1.75 trillion, and it does include things like care for families, including that child tax credit, addressing the climate crisis, expanding access to health care, lowering costs for middle class, and tax reforms.
So what can we expect Congress to cast a vote on this bill? And today, is everything going as planned?
It's definitely possible that Congress can take a vote. However, I don't see that happening, as progressives in the House have been very clear over the past few weeks that they want both the spending bill and the infrastructure bill to be ready to vote on at the same time. The White House was hoping for everything to be approved on today by the time President Biden arrived in Rome, but that seems highly unlikely.
We will keep you posted on the latest. Thank you, Jessica.
And looking now at COVID-19 on campus, UCO is currently reporting 23 active cases. UCO says nearly 1,200 people in the UCO community have recovered from the virus. UCO has seen just over 1,200 total cases since last August. And the State Department of Health is reporting 696 new cases across Oklahoma today. Right now, we have over 6,100 active cases in the state. 511 Oklahomans are hospitalized with the virus. 172 are in the ICU. And President's Club Children's Community is having its annual Christmas party for low-income children in the Edmond community. UCentral reporter Edmond Jones has the story.
With the holiday season approaching, Christmas can be especially hard on underprivileged children. However, UCO is hoping to give those children a Christmas they'll always remember. Those interested in providing for underprivileged kids in the Edmond community can sign up to sponsor a child through the PCCCP.
Basically what we do is organize an event during the holiday season. This year is December 2nd, where we throw this big holiday party for low-income or unprivileged children in our community.
This year, 200 to 300 kids are joining UCO students for the party. Sponsor applications are available on UCOR. Sponsors and their partner will be paired with a child, purchase them a gift, and attend the party with them as they meet Santa, open presents, and make crafts. There is only one meeting to attend before the gift drop-off, and the holiday party is on December 2nd.
Basically spend the day with them, and we give them that holiday spirit season that they probably don't get at home. We give them gifts, we make snow globes with them, and we just really bond with them for about a couple of hours.
The campus event is a good representation of UCO values, as it is a great way to give back. Sponsor applications close October 29th.
UCO does this because, a very important value for UCO students, faculty, and staff is like community and service, and this is a really great way to not only be involved with the UCO community, but with the Edmond community as a whole. It's also a really great way to give back to a community that has given us so much.
In Edmond, Edmond Jones, UCentral News.
And weather has been a hot topic today as the wind caused the campus to have a brownout. Coming up, MC will tell us what to expect for the rest of the week.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, such a weirdo, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. I am MC, your weather anchor. Let's go ahead and look at your current conditions. Here in Edmond, 65 is very windy outside. We do have a northwest wind of 43 miles per hour. Just like I said, very, very windy. We do have some humidity, about 26%, and those wind gusts are up there, 56 miles per hour. Excuse me, weather headlines, wind advisory here in Edmond. High wind gusts and high winds, just like I said earlier. Possible risk of fires. We did see a possible fire here in Edmond, but it has went out. We will see some, the weekend will be dry, and we will have some rain chances next week. Now, the temperatures across the state here in the metro, 65, 67 in Clinton, Woodward, 63, 66 in Eden, 61 in Idabel, and 62 in McAllister. Now, the daily forecast for tomorrow is going to be pretty cool outside. At 7 a.m. it's going to be very cool, 47 degrees. Noon is going to be pretty windy, maybe not as windy as today, but a little close to it. Be 57 degrees, and then clear at 7 p.m., 58 degrees. Now, the temperatures across the state tomorrow, 63 here in the metro, same thing in McAllister. Clinton is going to be 66, 69 in Altus, and 57 in Miami. Now, Halloween night is approaching. Sunday, 43 degrees. It's going to be clear skies, northeast wind about 10 miles per hour. We will have some humidity, about 58%, and no rain is going to be we will see no rain on Sunday. Now, the temperatures across the state on Halloween night, 43 here in the metro, so it's going to be pretty chilly, so make sure you are bundling up. I know those pantyhose are going to look cute, but make sure you have a jacket. 36 degrees in Woodward, 39 in Ponca City, same thing in Miami, 46 in Idabel, and 45 in Ardmore. Now, this is our 7-day forecast. Thursday is going to be 65 today. Friday is going to be 63, Saturday 68, 64 on Sunday, 44 for Halloween night. Monday is going to be 62. Tuesday is going to be 57, and then Wednesday we will have a 30% chance of rain at 56. Now, that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you tune back to see what the forecast is going to be like for tomorrow. Back to you guys.
Thanks, MC. And coming up, if you use Facebook, I'll have more information about some new changes after this.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to UCentral News. I'm Tyler Whitehead, and here is your social media update. And if you use Facebook, listen up. Today, it was announced that the company would be changing its name to Meta based on the metaverse, which involves virtual reality environments that you can go inside of. It is set to incorporate shopping as well as social medias, with CEO Mark Zuckerberg saying the metaverse will reach 1 billion people within the next decade. However, people have been criticizing this new name, claiming it as a shift in focus from the information that is being unveiled in the thousands of documents of internal research by Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen. And another innovation may help people who are blind. GenSight Biologics are developing a partial treatment to blindness that combines gene therapy as well as specialized goggles. The goggles have a camera lens that turns everything it sees into pulses of amber lights that go directly into the eye. They have only tested this new device on one patient, but hopes this will innovate a new way to treat blindness. And an innovation that came from social media, Gordon Ramsay's YouTube series, Ramsay in 10, has a book. The book features many different recipes he did for his Instagram lives and series during the quarantine period. Each recipe involves a 10-minute time period with Ramsay cooking in real time. The book currently costs almost $28 on Amazon. And a pop star gets a gift from the President of the United States. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, singer Olivia Rodrigo revealed that Biden gave her a few gifts when she went to the White House in July to promote COVID vaccines. She received M&Ms, a pair of black aviator Ray-Bans, and a shoehorn with the president's emblem on it. Rodrigo is known for her music that has gone viral on TikTok, as well as her role on the Disney Plus High School Musical series. Well, that's all I have for you today. Courtney, what do we have coming up?
And coming up after the break, Jackson has your sports updates for UCO, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State, and the NFL coming up after this.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
We're looking up to cap it off with a bang. UCO will be taking on Newman College here in Edmond to help seal the deal on an excellent season. The Broncos are headed into their last two games of the season with an 11-4-1 season. The 1-12-1 Newman Jets have a very tall task ahead of them if they want to finish off their season on some kind of high note. That game is slated for kickoff at 7 p.m. on October 29th here in Edmond.
And UCO volleyball is going to be busy this weekend as they look to stay undefeated for their last two home matches before going back on the road. That goal will begin with a tally order as they prepare to take on Washburn College at the Hamilton Fieldhouse. Washburn has had a remarkable season and remains one of UCO's last real challenges for the season. The 17-6 Broncos are looking to pay 20-3 Washburn back for some previous losses on the season already. That match will begin Friday night, October 29th at 6 p.m.
And UCO football is back on the road this weekend after homecoming week for UCO, where they were heading to Pittsburgh, Kansas to take on the Gorillas. UCO has had a roller coaster of a season with flashes of excellence and fits of agony and everything in between. UCO has a .500 record at 4-4 and are trying to stop the inconsistent play with a win at Pitt State. But the 6-2 Gorillas don't plan on making it easy for them on their home turf. The Broncos have had a tough road ahead moving into the close of the season. The game at Pitt State is set for an afternoon kickoff at 1 p.m. on Saturday, October 30th.
That's right. OU and Oklahoma State are both taking the field this weekend as well in what promises to be very exciting matchups. OU will play host to Texas Tech this weekend in Norman, with Oklahoma looking to prove that they can play consistent football to match the OU standard. OU gave a lot of fans some doubts in their last outing against Kansas before rallying in the second half to come out with a 22 victory over the Tech. And OU are set for a 2:30 kickoff time on Saturday, October 30th. OK State is also set to go against OU's last opponent, the Kansas Jayhawks, for their homecoming week. The Cowboys are coming off a heartbreaking loss to gritty Iowa State, which knocked them down to 15th in the CFB standings. The Cowboys are going to come out swinging to get back on track and hold on to their hopes of a conference championship against Kansas. That game will be set to go Saturday, October 30th at 6 p.m. And then tonight's Thursday night football promises to be one of the best of the season as the Green Bay Packers go to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. These two heavyweights are big talking points in the season, with Aaron Rodgers as good as ever and Kyler Murray leading a shocking Arizona squad as the only undefeated team left in the league. Green Bay will be coming in limping, though, as Devontae Adams is out on COVID protocol, will not be playing tonight. Kickoff for football in Arizona is set for 7:20 p.m. tonight, October 28th. And that's all we've got for you today. For more info, stats, and updates on all things UCO sports, visit our website at broncosports.com. Back to Tyler and Courtney at the desk.
Thanks, Jackson. And coming up, we'll have our last look at weather with MC.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back, Bronchos. Just an update from OG&E. We do have 8,000 people without power now. Now, different from the 11,000 that we had earlier today. Let's go ahead and look at that 7-day forecast. Thursday today, 65 currently. Friday, 63. Saturday, 68. Sunday, happy Halloween to be 64. Monday, be 62. And then we're going to see some cooler temps go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday, we will see a chance of rain. Now, tonight, 47 degrees. We're going to see some clear skies. Have some very hot, strong winds coming in from the northwest, about 23 miles per hour. Have some humidity, about 41%. Now the temperatures across the state here, if I can get that to change, 48 degrees here in the metro, 35 is going to be the coolest up in Guyman, 40 in Woodward, 44 in Enid, same thing in Ponca, 43 in Altus, 46 in Lawton. Now that's going to be the daily forecast here for tomorrow. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Back to you guys.
Thank you, MC, and happy Halloween, Edmond.
Have a
good
great night.